I get asked this question frequently in my clinic when a person comes in and they've got a joint that's either irritated or inflamed and they're trying to help themselves. They're stretching it and they feel like, I'm not really sure, is this helping? Is this making it worse? And then they report to me that when they stretch it, they don't necessarily feel that big, broad stretch that you and I know when we stretch our hamstrings or our calves or our quad. What they really feel is some pinching or something that doesn't feel native to a stretch. Well, in this video, we're gonna talk about why those two things are really important to know and what the difference is. So in my world, we call this open and closing side of the joint. So let's say we're gonna stretch our quad here and you're gonna pull that heel up to your bottom, okay? You should expect to feel a big, broad stretch right here through the front of that thigh. Now, you'd probably find it weird if you were my personal trainer and I said, man, I feel some tightness back here in the behind the knee or in the hamstring or in the quad or even in my back. You'd be like, well, that's strange because I gave you a quad stretch so you could feel some stretching in your quad. So if that's happening to you in any joint in the body, not just down here in our thigh and our knee, it's really important that we recognize that one, we're not locating a stretch in the area that's intended. It'd be like coming to the gym and you're telling your coach like, hey, I want to make my biceps bigger. And then he gives you biceps curls and you're like, dude, my hamstrings were smoked the next day. You'd be like, well, that's very strange. You should be feeling it in your your biceps. So this would be very akin to that. So if you come in to see me and you're telling me that your hip hurts and you're doing a pigeon stretch and you're just feeling binding and tightness in front of the hip, what's happening there is the bones of the joint are actually starting to run into each other before the muscle gets pulled taut for a stretch. And that's suggestive of having some joint dysfunction. And there's a variety of reasons why, we won't get into that today. But if you're somebody that's at home and you're trying to help yourself out and you're doing some type of shoulder stretch, or you're doing a hip stretch or something for your back, and you're finding that you're feeling tightness somewhere outside of the hip, or outside of the shoulder, then we need to address that with a different type of program and evaluate the joint and make sure you're not having trouble there. So if you know anybody that's in the gym or your workout partner, or even yourself that's having some difficulty with ridding themselves of a problem spot that's just tight all the time, and they're communicating that their stretching just isn't helping, share this video with them. Let's see if we can give them the help that they need.